All right, guys, the big settlement is finally here. So, what does this mean for our industry? What's going to change? What are my thoughts, guys? I want to just go ahead and give that to you raw right now. I've been doing some research and reading through this stuff for quite some time, and now it's finally here. What is going to change? So, like and subscribe. Let's go. So, quick recap. All right. So, what's happening right now between Department of Justice and NAR? The settlement is finally here. $418 million will have to be paid for over the next 4 years here. And there's going to be some practice changes within the industry. So, let's talk about the big practice changes right now. Number one, commissions have to come out the MLS. They've been wanting to pull this out for quite some time, and that's what's going to happen. So, commissions are going to come out the MLS, and that's a big one. The second big thing is going to be the sellers do not have to pay the buyer's agent's commission. That goes into place July 1st. Here's the deal about all this, guys. It's not all set in stone. They still have a lot of work they need to do with this whole thing. It's going to be going back and forth with their lawyers. They got to figure out some of the process around some of the stuff to make it to make it happen. But here's the bottom line. We knew this was coming. We knew this was coming. Guys, it was a good run, right? It was a good run. It's time to pack it in. Not really. But we knew this was coming and this change was going to happen in our industry. Here's the thing about change. In my opinion, I absolutely love change because change gives me opportunities. There's so many opportunities out there for us guys now that's going to be coming up. I see new models, new jobs, a new way of doing business. Our industry doesn't change that much. We keep the status quo until usually a disaster happens or something like this happens, and then we make a change. So with change comes opportunities. And I'm excited about that. And I think people are going to take advantage of these opportunities and take it and run with it. I know for a fact I am. I've already been putting in place different processes to help me with that and have been putting a business model together already. How is this going to impact the industry? Let's talk about the home buying experience real quick. Okay. Is this going to really bring down home values and price of houses? Is it?
You serious?
Because I just don't see it. I don't see it at all in any way whatsoever. Let's talk about the seller, okay? Well, before we talk about the seller, let's talk about home values. You and I both know that home values are determined by recent sales. What is sold in your area recently? How is a similar home to yours? You know, the square footage, the size, the condition, etc. Right? That's how we value out homes. Other valuing out homes is based off the counties, how the counties tax people and the states tax individuals on the values of their homes. You and I don't really determine homes. The market does that. So how is this going to lower home values for Americans? I don't see it. Because now the sellers, the same people who have been fighting for their 3%, what are they going to do with that? They going to give it to the buyer? Hell no, they're going to put it in their pocket. They're going to keep that money. 100% they're going to keep that money. So I don't understand how we believe that's going to drop home values. All right. Number two, let's talk about the cost of buying a house. I keep seeing all this misinformation out there, how this new model is going to lower the cost of buying a home. How? So, I mean, maybe there's someone out there smarter than me who can explain to me in the industry how this is going to lower the cost of buying homes for American home buyers, because I just don't see that. Because literally what we're doing, if that buyer wants representation, they now will have to pay the buyer's agent's commission to have representation. So they got the down payment, they got the closing costs in today's model. In the new model, they have the down payment, the closing costs, plus your commission, right? It's lowering the cost for the sellers. So good for them. But the home buyers, I just don't see that. So that kind of concerns me a little bit, because what's going to happen is you're going to have folks who take a knee-jerk reaction anyway and say, oh, I don't need a real estate agent. You know these folks, right? Some of our family members, they don't want to take our advice, right? That I don't need a real estate agent. I can do this on my own, right? There's people out there who think they can take their own spleen out. So what we'll see is we'll have individuals who go try to buy a house on their own, and they may do okay. Maybe one transaction they do okay, or the first time they may just fumble it all together, and then they'll come to you. It's going to be crazy. Kind of remind me of Thanos, like, you cannot live with your own failure. And where they bring you? Back to me. My concern, though, is for certain first-time home buyers, if they who really need that hand-holding, you know who we're talking about. They need hand-holding. They need a lot of help. And I love my first-time home buyers, but they don't always have the money. What's going to happen there? What's going to happen with down payment assistance program? What's going to happen to rent to own programs like Home Partners of America, things like that? How does all that get factored into this whole thing? Because those are newer models that were out there. Ribbon, great model, right? Help people buy houses. But now, is this going to shake up those models a little bit? So innovation is coming, but are we really going to be able to help home buyers buy homes, or are we just going to be increasing the cost? Let me know in the comments, guys. What do y'all think? One thing I want to address with this whole thing is this. I think one way we got here as real estate agents was us not showing our values, not really showing our value statement of who we are and what we do. There's a public perception of us out there, guys, and we got to recognize this, that people believe we just show up, we open doors, right? And we go to closings. And that's it. And we make tens of thousands of dollars for doing that, right? And in some cases, let's be honest, sometimes that's all you really do have to do. Doesn't happen all the time, right? If you are a full service realtor, you're doing a whole lot more, okay? We all know that we negotiate our butts off. We work with those people forever. We help them fix their credit. We help them get through foreclosures. We know there's a ton that we do to really help them get there, right? But we don't do a good job explaining that to the public as a whole. They think we're just on Facebook taking pictures, looking as cute as we want to be and everything else, and that's all it is, right? So we have to be good in explaining our value to home buyers, especially now more than ever, because they are the ones going to be paying the commission, right? So if they're going to be paying a commission in the future, they need to know what they're paying for. How are they going to feel good about paying you $5,000, $10,000, $12,000 to help them buy a home, and they have no idea what you do? So you need to get the skill set of having your value-added statement ready to go in 30 seconds. Can you explain to them what you do, why they need you in 30 seconds, and make it simple? Everyone needs to understand that. Another thing I think we're going to be seeing out here is we're going to be killing some of the foolishness, and we needed that. Okay, we all know there's real estate agents out there who just, oh God, they're terrible. I hope you're not one of them. And if you are, okay, quit, get out. We have real estate agents in our industry, guys, and we all know them, that just don't work. They do nothing to help their buyers. They do nothing to help their sellers. They put a sign on the yard, they disappear. They get a buyer under contract, they don't answer the phone calls. They don't text, they don't do anything. They just completely disappear, and you drag their butts through a transaction. I think some of those folks will quit, and I'm kind of cool with that. I mean, we all know the rules, guys. Was it 10% of the agents are doing 80% of the transactions anyway? So that's that. So I think we'll see the foolishness stopping from that perspective. The other one is going to be how you work with buyers. Buyer's rep agreement will be more mandatory than it's ever been. We should have been doing this off the top from the get-go. I'll tell you guys right now, I've been one who's guilty with that, in which I always say I want to get the loyalty and not the buyer's rep agreement. Well, I want both now. All right. Okay. I want to get that buyer's rep agreement all the time. Now, I was always kind of good about judging people if what they had and qualify them. But that buyer's rep agreement is going to be super, super important to understand. And when they tell you, I don't want to pay this, I want to pay that. Okay, great. I'm not the right agent for you because I'm a full service realtor. That's it. Or if you only want to pay me a flat fee of $5,000, this is what you get for that. All right. It's going to be a great opportunity for you to be able to explain what it is that you actually really, truly do. All right. And you can vet these buyers better. My concern, though, my real concern with this is when it comes to those first-time home buyers who do need that help, and they don't have a lot of money, this could scare them. This could scare people from believing they can't buy a house. And we know we have so many people who truly believe they don't have the ability to buy, they don't have the right credit score, they don't have money, etc., and they actually can buy a house. Okay, they actually can. But I think we're going to have these models that come out in place to take care of them. So, yeah, there's going to be opportunities there. All right, guys, I'm going to keep watching this whole thing, but I just want to wrap up with this here. If you're getting nervous and you think that the end is coming to the industry, it's not. It is definitely not coming to the industry. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep working hard. Keep making those phone calls. Keep working with those buyers. Keep working with those sellers to make it happen. Now, should you move more to being a listing agent? I think being a listing agent is going to be great because I believe that the listing agents are going to have more power than they have ever had. And I think this is going to be testing us sometimes because if you pick up listings very, very much so, the buyers are going to come to you even more now. So, yeah, it's going to give listing agents a great opportunity to pick up more deals, to make more money, all of that. So, It's gonna be great. I moved my entire business to being a listing heavy business a long time ago because I saw this whole thing coming. And we always say list to last, right? Let me just say this. Whether you're an individual agent or you're on a team, do not panic. They still need you. Our entire job is about connecting buyers and sellers together to help them get a transaction done. And if that seller is going to have a hardcore negotiator on their side, you better believe there's going to be people who's going to see that they need that value. They need someone stepping up and helping them. Because Lord knows, if I am up against a consumer directly in negotiating, I'm going to eat their lunch. I'm a hardcore negotiator. I know how to negotiate. I've been doing this for years. Even before real estate, I did it in the healthcare business. And I know that if I do this every day, I know I can eat the lunch of any just regular based consumer who's going to try to stick their guns and they don't understand this industry. So there is definitely going to be a need for them using us still. We're not going away. We're not going to be obsolete. So calm down. Take a breath. Do not panic. Okay? Look at your business. Look where the opportunities are. Look at the new opportunities that you can actually put into place right now, that you can go ahead and increase the amount of buyers and sellers that you're actually working with because they're out there, right? They do not know the story of what's really happening here. It's your job to tell the story to your sphere, to your circle, to the buyers in your database, to the sellers in your database. Make videos about it right now, like I'm doing right here, and explain what is actually happening right now and how you are here to help. I'm just saying, if you get out in front of this, you'll thank me later. All right, guys, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We're going to be dropping more videos about this whole situation. If you got any questions, please feel free to join us. We're going to be having some training talking about this specifically. So check out our link inside the description for that. If you want to chat to me one-on-one, guys, feel free to schedule some time with me. You guys take care. Peace.